everyone, it's me, Lisa from Lisa Knits and Vlogs. Well, it's day 5 of Lisa's Knit Race. And I'm still making the garter stitch striped scarf. It's beginner knitting. This is how it will turn out. You can use whatever yarn that you want to use. You can probably Google search it, but I got this pattern from my local library. My sticky note says 33 stitches at 176 centimeters, 60 blocks in total. Now, I will tell you about the blocks to how they are. And remember, guys, stitch markers are your best friends, because then I get to tell you how many days this has taken me to do. Now, I'm using 2 lots of skein of yarn with this. That's why it is thicker. So this is 8 ply, because I'm using two skeins, so it works out to be 16. First row, I cast on 33 stitches and I knit. Rows 1 through 14, always slip the first stitch each end when you're knitting. Now this is where the blocks come in. Always, the start of every line, you always slip stitch. Especially on a knit row, you slip on the knit row. When it's a purl row, you slip purlways, and the same up here. So row 1, I slip and I knit. Row 2, I slip and I purl. Row 3, I slip and I knit. Row 4, I slip and I purl. Rows 5 through 10 is all knitting. So you make sure you slip both ends. So I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. That's 40 blocks so far. So 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55 blocks so far. And I am on my last lot of blocks. So, and then I'll be casting off. So, the stitch markers goes as follow. From here to this orange marker's 1 day. From that orange marker to this one is day 2. Orange to the green marker is 3. That one, that's 4. And this is day 5. So, hopefully by tonight or tomorrow, this should be finished with a bit of luck. Now, the colour and the yarn I used is 4 Seasons Marble 8 ply, 100% acrylic, 100 grams. I've used black and laguna. I will put both colours in the title so that way you guys can work out what this colour is. It's made for Spotlight Stores Pty Ltd, www.spotlightstores.com. That's where we go to get our yarn. It's called hand wash, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, dry flat in the shade, low iron, dry cleanable, 270 meters per ball, 4mm needles, which is what you can do, or a 4.5 or a 5. It's up to you, and your crocheting hooks will be the same, but remember, your tension will be different to a knitter. Knitting tension is 22 stitches by 30 rows. 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters square, and it's made in India. So I will do some knitting while I'm sitting here, so then that way I can show you what I've been up to. So I'm on the last, I've got 4 more blocks to go after this one. I have 4 more blocks after this to go, and then I'm casting. Then I knit 8 rows, and then I cast off or bind off to whatever way that you like to call it. I say cast off because that's what it is for me. I know a lot of you might say bind off, but that's up to you to how you want to call it. Now this row I'm knitting, and I knit and I knit and I knit. So rows 5 to 10 is just all knitting. And then when I finish this one, I'm getting on to the next scarf that I've got making. And that is the eyelet scarf. But at the moment I'm concentrating on the garter stitch striped scarf, which is a pretty pattern. And the 2 colours together go really, really well. They sort of match each other, idolize each other, which is good. So then once I get to the end here, I will turn around and I knit back. So I slip the first stitch because we don't need to knit that one. We knit the next lot. I've been making a whole heap of scarves because where I donate them, which is a place called Kogo, it's knit one, give one. They do have a list on what they actually need. They need a lot of scarves, a lot of hats, scarves in different colours, scarves in the Aboriginal colours, which is red, yellow and black. I've done 2 scarves in those colours, a full red, a full yellow and a full black skein. And then I've done so many rows of this way and so many rows of that way. And I don't know why. You've got to make sure, guys, that you catch both stitches, both yarns, because if you don't, you always know where you made a bit of a boo-boo. So I've done them in that colours, and I've done them in our AFL colours, which is our football teams. I've done some that way. And sometimes I'll match the hats to go with them, so in that way it's a hat and scarf set. Which I probably might start getting into doing that as well. Get back into doing that. Doing a hat and scarf set. So then that way they can have a set, which I think would be good. And remember, I've slipped the first stitch and now I'm knitting again. I write my blocks on pieces of paper. I'm old school. I like it that way because I do not like the row counters. And I prefer to write on a bit of pen and paper, so if I happen to get up and walk away, I know exactly where I'm up to and where I'm not up to. I'm doing my knitting in my video today, so then that way it's a nice light day and daylight, and then that way you get to see the 2 colours, especially the laguna or laguna, whatever way you want to pronounce it. It pops out when it's daylight, more better than when I do it overnight time. So, as you can tell, see, the colour is so nice. And then it just depends on how the stitches land. And now I'll go back. Remember, I slip the first stitch, I slip it, and then I knit. This is a really fun pattern to do. I enjoy making it. Made quite a few scarves with this pattern. And it's really, really enjoyable to do. And especially if you're a beginner at knitting, as long as you know how to knit and purl, then you'll have this one done really good. But you probably Google the garter stitch striped scarf in Google, and it might come up with the pattern for you. But I went to my local library and got it from my local library. It was in one of the books there. I borrowed it and I looked at the book and thought, oh yeah, I want that scarf and I want to do it. It's the reason why I got it. And it's an enjoyable scarf to do too. And then that's the end of that block. I'll mark it off. And then when I find my needle stoppers that I put on from Temu on there, and the same with that one, and this is how I do it. I put them all in blocks. This one's already marked off because I did an extra block that I didn't need to do. So I have now got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks before I start the 8 rows and then casting off. So hopefully tonight I will have it finished. And that way tomorrow I can just do a video with a bit of luck. And it's getting very long, which is good because it's nice to be a long scarf. And I do hope you get the chance to like and comment. There's the colours. Comment. Even if it's a love heart. And I will see you all on the YouTube streets. Bye.